So it's been a year and a half since my last video. Kind of a lot's happened. Nothing really earth-shattering that would prevent me from making videos other than my own laziness and procrastination. But in my channel description, I say that I have a lot of different hobbies, and that is very, very true. Right now I'm sitting in my dining room, at my dining room table, which is not really a table, but a pretty cool poker table. Not that you could see it under all this mess that's on my table right now for all the projects I'm working on. But it's a poker table nonetheless. I plan to do a separate video on this table at some point. However, it's kind of hard to shoot video of how you made it if you forgot to shoot video while you were making it, which I did. At any rate, one of the hobbies I have are these little RC helicopters. These are all E-flights, including the big one, which I don't fly anymore because my version of flying is crashing horrifically into the ground. But I do have a bunch of these smaller ones here. I have the original Blade MSR, the MSRX. I have the first collective pitch, and then its bladeless big brother, or bigger brother right here. I don't fly them as much as I would like, mostly because power on the field tends to be quite difficult. You know, you charge the little batteries up, and we have these little 2S or 2-cell batteries for them, and chargers and everything else, and I don't fly them enough, again, because, well, I don't have power to take out to the fields. Instead, I just crash them horrifically in my living room and break them consistently as a result. So I finally decided to get off my lazy ass and do something about that. And my version of that is a portable field pack. So I have my toolboxes, nice little Husky boxes I bought where I keep all my spare parts in and whatnot. And then I have this Pelican case, or Pelican style case. I don't know that it's Pelican, but whatever, to transport the helicopters themselves in. And so I wanted to build a battery. And of course, you could run out and buy lead acid batteries and you'd have a car battery, but they don't have enough power, in my opinion. They do work for some things, but not others. But then I realized I had a couple of old cordless drill packs laying around that some cells were dead in, others were not. And many people, well, hobbyist enthusiasts, know what a 18650 cell is. This is a lithium ion. This one actually came out of a Makita 18 volt battery. That's a whole other nightmare by itself. You can't actually repair those batteries because, well, Makita sucks for that reason. But I did have a bunch of laptop batteries laying around, and I yanked the batteries out, and this was the net result. So this here is a 3S, meaning 3 packs in series, and then 3 parallel, so 3S, 3P, producing about 12.2 volts, about 11.8 at nominal voltage. And I'm currently charging it with my Onyx 235 hobby charger, and we can see here on the display it's been charging for about 86 minutes now, current, blah blah blah. However, I haven't fully charged this yet to the point where the charger said it's done, so I don't know what its total capacity is going to be. The cells are Sony cells. They're rated at 2550 milliamp hours, so I've got 3 in series. That should be 7650. So I should have a decent charge time to be able to charge some of my smaller cells off this charger. So the whole premise of the battery was to make this battery power this charger, because it is, I can put DC current in. So to accomplish that, I made this charger, or adapter cable. I'm using an E-Flight style connector just because I had them laying around. This was the stock connector that came with the Onyx charger, and it had installed on it originally these clips for connecting to the car battery, which I completely forgot I owned. And I have a car, and I could have used that. So there's one excuse why I didn't go out and fly more. Killed. However, I use that. I can use that to power my Onyx. Now the battery itself was built using recovered cells from a laptop battery. I soldered a rail wire to each one, to each group of 3, and then soldered the next group of 3 to the next one. I also installed balance leads, as you typically would. There's plenty of information on the internet on how to do that, into my balance connector, which is currently adapted into the Onyx. And anybody who has this charger knows that it's a 5-pin connector. I'm only using 4 of those 5 pins, and of course we have the. This is really crappy lighting in here. I'm sorry, guys. Where's it at? There it is. And then another E-flite style connector. So at this point, I've got my battery built. I don't really know how long it's going to last, how many flights I can get out of it, how many times I can charge all the little batteries and whatnot. I do have a couple of E-flite chargers here. Let's see if I can get this in the shot so you can see it. This is the one that came with the MSR originally, or no, not the MSR. It came with the MCP to charge its batteries, which are those little guys there. These are your basic E-flights. These are 200 milliamp hours, 1S, 25C drain, and they work pretty well. They give you about 5-6 minutes of flight time on the Blade MCP. And then I also have the original charger that came with my MSR, which charges 4 at a time. However, one of these ports seems to have died. It doesn't blink anymore, and I think it overcharged one of my packs. Is one of these little guys here, which are these guys here. 100 and I can't see that anymore. 120 milliamps at what's that? 14C. One of them swelled up. I don't know which one it was, but they're all in this little whatever. It doesn't matter. It swelled up. So to that end, I am building my field pack. So anyway, that's an update on one of my hobbies. Side note, I have a DX7 transmitter. Hey, we can see that I have a lithium ion 3S cell in, and my idiotic self managed to put this back in my case, which is that guy right there, and left it on. I don't know how I did that, don't know why, but my 2550 3S pack completely drained. Zero voltage. I went to plug it into my charger, and my charger said, what battery? No battery. So, but you'll notice that this is in here now. Let's go back to my fancy pants light so we can see what's going on. So we can see here that this battery has 11.6 volts on it. It's been that way for about a week now, maybe 4 days. And it's still holding pretty well. How did I recover it? I cheated. I totally cheated. I connected the battery to my charger and lied and said it was a NiCad. Just long enough to get the battery voltage to show. And once I was able to get the battery voltage to show, I connected it to the charger the normal way, set it up for a 3S cell at 2550 milliamps. And my battery's now operational. Now, I don't know what the damage was to the cell. They did swell a little bit, so I'm pretty sure the capacity is no longer anywhere near what it used to be. But instead of buying a new one or digging out the old NiCad, which never really worked in the first place, I figured I'd give it a shot. So anybody who has a 0-volt cell, give it a shot. What's the worst that could happen? Well, fire and explosion is the worst that could happen, so be very, very careful. Disclaimer, I didn't tell you to do it. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.